Hello, Renee Flamand here, taking off from Monday's video. You guys, the powers that be, all of the videos that I've watched, challenging the narcissist is probably the worst thing you can do. Now, by nature of the relationship being contentious, every single act is challenging the narcissist, peppered throughout our lives with them, isn't it? It is. Everything's a challenge, a fight, a duel, right? But challenging them coming right out and mentioning something that now is attacking their character, which to them, they have a grandiose view of their magnanimous character, don't they? They don't see themselves the same way that you do. So they've wronged you. It is a clear indication of a character deficit, and you're going to bring it up to them. They cannot handle so many things about a challenge. You revealing the truth about them, which they may know deep down inside that they did something that's really off over here. But you saying it and revealing it and letting others hear about it, no. They don't want their character smeared. Ironic, isn't it? I know. They don't want their character smeared. They don't want you saying anything about them, even if it's black and white truth. They're going to flip out in an effort to show that they're right. For some reason, a narcissist thinks, well, they're emotional toddlers. That's why they have arrested development at a very young age. So they feel flipping out, even as an adult, is going to be indicative of them being right. See, I am so right and so offended by that I'm going to rage right now, when all it shows is a completely unstable person. I know I used to have a temper. I used to have a rageful thing that I did. And I just had a temper. Just had one, and I'd gotten it under control. But I feel when they go into this rage, they cannot handle the fact that you're trying to shove down their throat this ugly truth about something they did. Even if deep down inside they know they did the thing, they've justified why they did the thing. They have a reason for why they could do the thing. They know that they were entitled to do the thing. Or you made them do the thing. Or the world made them do the thing. Or the weather made them do the thing. Whatever the bad thing is, they're not going to take blame for it. So now you're coming at them, challenging them, saying, no, this is all you. They don't like that. And what cracks me up is they really do think the rage is demonstrative of them being right. So they walk around rageful. They walk around holding grudges against people that challenge them in any way, because me not talking to them proves I'm right. Does it? Is that what it proves? Because I think grudge holding is one of the most unhealthy, toxic qualities there could be. And just having it shows me that you're dysfunctional, that you can do that. Just cut someone off out of your life. It's so ridiculous. I'm not saying someone abuses you, you making the decision to part ways with someone who imposes upon you abuse in this narcissistic way. That's not cutting someone off. But these people, they'll silent treat you, ghost you, cut you off, hold a grudge for years because somebody did something stupid. But it might have been that person challenged them and challenged their idea of themselves. It might be that person was too strong and asserted too much power for the narcissist to handle in coming at them with this challenge, whether it be to argue or to point out a truth in them or whatever. You're taking control, all things they detest. How dare you assert power and take control and challenge the narcissist? No, I want to argue about this right now. No, we're going to talk about this until we're done, which I just told you on Monday I've now learned. I could have saved myself. I couldn't count the hours. I could not count the hours that I've spent trying to communicate with somebody that just flew into a rage because they're being challenged. And the rage could be because they're feeling they can't handle you knowing that. Maybe they thought they were masking that from you, and now you're letting them know, no, I see you. I see exactly what you do. I know exactly what you do and why. That's how I would approach. Once I got all this education and not even once that's not true. I've always been this way, very communicative. So if something was going on, I'd be like, let's sit and talk about it for hours. They don't like that. They don't like it. And it can lead to a rage because they putting on a big show indicates to them that they're proving a point. They're more concerned with proving that point than they are with peace or any kind of relationship between you. The whole focus is them, their point of view. How dare you say that to me? How dare you say that to me? Oh, I'm never talking to you again. And there they go. Over something so stupid. But how dare you challenge a narcissist? How dare you challenge a narcissist? I'm telling you, it could lead to such rage, and many of you have dealt with it. And rage, you can see narcissistic rage even if you don't challenge a narcissist. You don't have to challenge one to see that rage, but they do not like it. And they will stick their feet in the cement and not budge. And to them, that proves they're right. To the rest of us, that proves that they are probably in the dark, maybe ill-educated, maybe simple, maybe twisted, right? Not open-minded, right? Because I would never stick my feet in the cement over anything. I would be open to hearing what another person has to say. But when you challenge a narcissist and they're filled with rage and now they're flipping out and then boom, they're never going to talk to you again, that's how they prove their point that they're right. Rather than not go into a rage. This is where they're incapable. How about not go into a rage, not hold a grudge, and just sit and speak about what it is that you have an issue with? Well, I just described a healthy person. We already know these people aren't healthy. They're disordered. So that disorder penetrates every aspect of their life. So if they're being challenged, emotional toddler, picture it, it's a temper tantrum. They're having a temper tantrum. How dare you say something constructive to them, or criticizing of them, or questioning them, or pointing out something they did wrong to you, or wrong to somebody else. Think of what a child would they're having a temper tantrum because you challenged them. And the advice is really good to not do that. Now, you might say, well, I live with one. I'm not ready to leave him. What do you mean? How am I going to live that? I understand. I challenge at every turn. And I would forever. I would never not challenge one. What I would end up doing is handling the second part differently. I'll hang in there for the rage. I will. I'll hang in there with you for hours. Go ahead and rage. We'll argue. We'll fight. Until they, sometimes they cut you off, hold a grudge. Then you can't, you're not talking. But I'll hang in there for the rage. What I would do differently now is I would cut it off. Like if somebody did something to me and I wanted to tell them, whether they're a narcissist or not, I always would. So if they flew into a rage, I would say, okay, this is where I get off. Getting off the train now. Bye. And I would leave. So that would be where you can control the situation. You have something to say to somebody. I know they advise you not to. I know. I just talked about that on Monday. I know. But it's impossible for me not to try to explain myself. Now, as I go forward, I've gotten better with people that I know are unreachable, and I don't bother anymore. But you never know who you're talking to really until you get to know them. So say you find yourself doing that. Well, and then they rage. I would just leave. I'm not here for it anymore. I'm not sitting through it with you. I'm not holding your head. I'm not trying to talk to you or get you back down to earth. I spent a lot of time getting screaming lunatics to come back down to earth. I've paid my dues. I'm never doing it again. So that's one where you can merge the two ideas. You have a right to challenge them. They're in your life. You can't possibly stay quiet. You're not ready to leave them. They do something you want to tell them. That's fine. When they go to flip out, there's nothing to say that you have to sit there and take that. There's nothing to say that you can't protect yourself. I don't know the answer if you're staying and you have to challenge them and they might rage. That's a terrible way to live. I never tell anybody to leave, but that's where my mind just went. So you're saying they do something, you want to challenge them, but you're not leaving them and you're still in the house and they might rage. So even if you leave, when you come back, they could continue to rage. That's a tough spot, man. That's a tough spot. And whether or not you stay or leave is your choice, but that's a tough one. But I'm telling you, when you start exerting power and you start taking control, they detest that. And on Friday, we're going to get into more what I just said, which is if you do argue, just know frustrating you is their whole goal. And that's where the gaslighting really kicks in. We'll pick that up Friday's video. Thanks for watching, you guys.